Hello, my name is Galina Kurdina. I live in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I am a victim of fascist mind control experimentation in Canada. Many years ago, I posted a video regarding my problems with psychiatrists in Toronto. For the first time, I was diagnosed in 2006. Dr. Diev diagnosed me with delusional disorder, and Dr. Gratze diagnosed me with psychosis in June 2006. After that, I was unable to find anybody who wanted to work with me. My family doctors referred me to psychiatrists, but they refused to see me. In 2022, I managed to find a psychiatrist in Toronto. Her name was Jacqueline Ming. I saw her in September 2022, and her provisional diagnosis was schizophrenia. She prescribed me Seroquel, which I took from September 2022 to April 2025. Unfortunately, this treatment didn't help me. All my symptoms were with me. I experienced voices in my head, I experienced visual hallucinations, I experienced manipulation of behavior, forced speech, insomnia, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to noise, problems with balance, coordination of movements, and so on. It didn't help me at all. We discussed Havana Syndrome with Dr. Z many times, and she said to me that she didn't exclude Havana Syndrome in my case. However, when I asked her to include this idea into her written report, she refused to do it. I prepared a statement of disagreement for her. Actually, it was the third statement of disagreement. I would like to read it for you. So, Dr. Jacqueline Sze, physician, Scarborough Health Network. She works there in Community Mental Health Center, 1940 Eglinton Avenue East, 2nd floor, Toronto, Ontario. The third statement of disagreement. I would like to submit the third and the final statement of disagreement. I apologize for my mistakes because I experience forced speech and perpetrators prevent me from talking properly. I disagree with your provisional diagnosis of schizophrenia and consider it as wrong. You didn't do any objective physical examination and tests, refused to explore the real cause of my symptoms, Havana Syndrome, CyberTorture, and electromagnetic field hypersensitivity. You formed a wrong psychiatric diagnosis for a healthy person who was involved in horrendous mind control experiments without informed consent. I asked you many times, orally and in writing, whether you have any criteria how to differentiate Havana Syndrome cases caused by directed pulsed radiofrequency effects and cases of psychiatric diseases. I asked you to describe this criteria orally and in writing many times as well. You have never ever answered these questions. However, you said to me that you made a provisional diagnosis of schizophrenia based on balance of probabilities of schizophrenia and Havana Syndrome cases. How can you compare probabilities if you cannot count properly these probabilities? And you cannot count the probabilities because you cannot count right numbers of schizophrenia and Havana Syndrome cases. You cannot count right numbers of schizophrenia and Havana Syndrome cases because you cannot differentiate cases of schizophrenia and Havana Syndrome. And you cannot differentiate cases of schizophrenia and Havana Syndrome because you do not know any criteria how to differentiate them properly. Once again, you do not have such criteria, or at least do not use them in your practice. You refused to consider Havana Syndrome diagnosis for me, despite the fact that I experience all symptoms of Havana Syndrome except ringing in the ears. I had ringing in the ears in the past, but not now. These are my symptoms that match Havana Syndrome. First, headache. Second, head pressure. 3. Reduced hearing sensitivity. 4. Ear pain or pressure. 5. Nausea or vomiting. 6. Dizziness or vertigo. 7. Blurred vision. 8. Balance problems. 9. Sensitivity to light, sensitivity to noise, feeling slowed down, feeling like in a fog, don't feel right, difficulty concentrating, difficulty remembering, fatigue or low energy, confusion, drowsiness, trouble with sleep, more emotional, irritability, sadness, anxiety or nervousness. We discussed Havana Syndrome many times, and I must admit that you said to me that you didn't exclude this diagnosis, Havana Syndrome, in my case. However, you refused to put this conclusion in your written report when I asked you to do it. It means that you lied when you were talking to me. I do not trust you anymore and have to stop any communications with you in future. You must attach the statement of disagreement to your progressive note with provisional diagnosis, upload online, keep it as a part of records that you hold of my personal health information, and disclose it whenever you disclose your reports dated 2022-2025 years. Galina Kurzina, the 28th of April 2029. So I would like to repeat that this doctor, Jacqueline Ming, is an unreliable doctor, and she lied to me. She is a liar. Do not trust her. Sorry for my mistakes one more time, because I am prevented from talking properly. Thank you for your support, and bye.